There is a question I want you to think about before we begin. What separates the English learners who eventually succeed from those who remain stuck for years? Is it talent? Is it age? Is it having a perfect teacher? Is it living in an English-speaking country? Many people believe the answer is yes. But after years of teaching learners from different backgrounds, professions, and countries, I have discovered something surprising. The most successful English learners are rarely the most talented. They are rarely the smartest people in a room. And they rarely have perfect learning conditions. Instead, they possess something much more powerful. They follow a blueprint, a system, a collection of habits, attitudes, and strategies that gradually transform English from a school subject into a natural communication tool. Today, I want to share that blueprint with you. Not because it is easy, not because it promises instant fluency, but because it works. And if you follow it consistently, your English can improve far more than you currently imagine. Welcome to Daily English. Today is not just another English lesson. Today is a roadmap, a guide, a framework designed to help you build lasting progress instead of temporary motivation. Because motivation is unreliable. Some mornings you wake up excited to learn. Other mornings you feel tired, distracted, or discouraged. If success depended only on motivation, very few people would become fluent. Real progress comes from systems. A system continues working even when motivation disappears. And that is exactly what we are going to build today. Before we go further, I want you to imagine something. Imagine that 1 year from now you are sitting in a professional meeting. Someone asks for your opinion. Instead of feeling nervous, you respond confidently. Your ideas are clear. Your words arrive naturally. You contribute to the discussion without fear. Or imagine traveling abroad. You ask questions comfortably. You understand responses. You participate in conversations. You feel connected instead of isolated. Or perhaps you're attending an online interview. The interviewer asks a difficult question. Instead of panicking, you organize your thoughts and answer calmly. These situations may seem distant today, but they are closer than you think. Because fluency is not created in dramatic moments. It is created in ordinary moments repeated consistently. And that brings us to the first principle of the English Success Blueprint. Principle number 1. Stop measuring English by knowledge alone. Many learners treat English as a collection of information. They focus on what they know, how many words they know, how many grammar rules they know, how many lessons they have completed. Communication is performance. Imagine a professional musician. But standing on stage requires more than knowledge. It requires execution. English works the same way. The real question is this: can you use what you know when it matters? That is why successful learners focus on active language rather than passive language. Passive language is language you recognize. Active language is language you can produce. For example, you may recognize the phrase, but can you use it naturally during a conversation? Can you use it without translating? Can you use it without hesitation? That is the goal. And the way to achieve it is surprisingly simple. Use language more often than you study language. Think about that carefully. Use language more often than you study language. Many learners reverse this process. They study for hours and speak for minutes. The blueprint suggests the opposite. Learn something. Use it immediately. Learn a phrase. Use it in a sentence. Use it in conversation. Learn a word. Use it 3 times before the day ends. Application creates ownership, and ownership creates fluency. Now, let us move to principle number 2. Build an English identity. Most learners think English is something they do. Successful learners eventually see English as part of who they are. This may sound strange at first, but consider the difference. One learner says, "I am trying to learn English." Another learner says, "I am becoming an English speaker." The second statement changes everything. Why? Because identity influences behavior. People naturally act in ways that match their identity. If you see yourself as someone who is becoming an English speaker, your daily decisions begin to change. You become more curious. You become more consistent. You become more willing to engage with the language. The process feels less like homework and more like personal growth. Now, let me share a practical exercise. Every morning, ask yourself one question. What would an English speaker do today? Perhaps they would listen to a podcast. Perhaps they would read an article. Perhaps they would practice speaking. Perhaps they would write a journal entry. Small actions reinforce identity, and identity drives long-term success. Now, let's discuss principle number 3. Train your retrieval speed. This is one of the most overlooked areas of language learning. Most learners focus on learning new information. Few focus on retrieving information quickly. Imagine your brain is a library. You already have thousands of English words stored inside. The challenge is not storage. The challenge is access. When someone asks a question, fluent speakers retrieve language quickly. Struggling learners often experience delays, not because they do not know the answer, but because retrieval is slow. The solution is retrieval training. For example, set a timer, choose a topic, speak continuously for 1 minute, then 2 minutes. This forces your brain to retrieve language under pressure, and retrieval speed improves through repetition. Think of it as a mental workout. The more you practice retrieval, the stronger it becomes. Now, let us move to another powerful principle. Principle number 4. Focus on high-value communication. Not all English is equally useful. Many learners spend time learning language they rarely need. Meanwhile, they struggle with everyday communication. The blueprint encourages prioritization. Learn the language you are most likely to use. If you work in business, focus on professional communication. If you travel frequently, focus on travel conversations. If you attend meetings, focus on discussion skills. If you study internationally, focus on academic communication. Language becomes easier when it connects directly to your life. One of my students, Elena, spent months memorizing advanced vocabulary. Yet she struggled during simple workplace discussions. Eventually, she changed her approach. Within months, her confidence increased dramatically. Not because she learned more English, because she learned the right English. Relevance accelerates progress. And that brings us to another important lesson. Successful learners understand that fluency is not a destination. It is a lifestyle. They do not ask, "When will I finally finish learning English?" Instead, they ask, "How can English become part of my daily life?" That question creates a completely different journey. When English becomes part of your lifestyle, progress becomes sustainable. You listen while walking. You read while commuting. You think in English during quiet moments. You speak whenever opportunities appear. Learning stops feeling separate from life. It becomes integrated into life. And that is where real transformation begins. If this blueprint is helping you rethink your approach to learning English, subscribe to Daily English, like this video, and leave a comment telling me which principle resonates with you most so far. Your comment might help another learner discover a strategy they have been missing. Now, let us continue with one of the most powerful principles of all. Develop communication courage. Communication courage is different from confidence. Confidence grows after success. Courage acts before success. Many learners wait until they feel confident enough to speak. But confidence often arrives after speaking, not before. That means courage comes first. The willingness to speak despite uncertainty. The willingness to participate despite imperfections. The willingness to contribute despite mistakes. Every meaningful achievement in language learning requires courage. The first conversation, the first presentation, the first interview, the first public question, the first networking event. Growth happens at the edge of comfort, and every time you step beyond that edge, you expand what feels possible. That is the blueprint, not talent, not luck, not shortcuts, a system, a mindset, a commitment to continuous improvement. And as we continue this journey together, remember one thing. You only need to become better than you were yesterday, because success in English is not built through giant leaps. It is built through consistent steps. And every step you take today is creating opportunities for the future version of yourself.